everybody, my name is Puppeteen from I Love Puppets here on I Love Puppets. Today to discuss Zack Snyder's Zombie of the Dead, written by Zack Snyder, produced by Zack Snyder, executive produced by Zack Snyder. You know what? I even think Zack Snyder just wanted his name all over the place. Joking aside, we're here to talk about Army of the Dead. And today I have Froggy with me. Say hello, Froggy.
Hello, Froggy.
All right, now say hello to Zack.
Hello, human.
Hello, giant frog.
Hi, Zack.
Hello, Puppeteen.
Hello.
He's joining me straight from the Bad Batch. Well, not straight, but there's about an hour's difference. But we're here to talk about Army of the Dead. And it was released on Netflix. I can't remember when. It was last week.
Last week, I think, yeah. Friday, maybe?
Yep, but we took some time, we thought about it, let it marinate in our brains, and now we're here to talk about it, to discuss it, what we liked, what we didn't like, and overall just what we think. I think the best way to start about it is to explain that this is a zombie heist movie. It's Dave Bautista, who's playing Scott Ward, getting people together, and they go into Vegas that's been walled off because zombies have overtaken the area, and they're trying to collect $200 million.
Do not pass go.
Go
And they
straight to
didn't.
jail. Go straight to jail.
They skipped the jail part.
They did. No free parking, no jail, no $200. It's the worst game of Monopoly ever. Except for the audience. The audience got a fun ride out of it.
Yeah. They even got to see people get their heads bitten off.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's what you go to zombie movies for, though.
Yeah, you go there for Valentine. Right?
Exactly.
What kind of girls do you go out with, Froggy?
The kind that can hop and the ones that don't like you.
You don't date pigs?
No. That's a weird cousin I got.
Ah.
The pig. Yeah, I don't understand his pig fetish. I mean, I like bacon, but that's about it.
Ooh. Well,
So moving on.
Yeah, moving right along. Froggy, since you're right next to me, how about you start us off? What was your initial take of this movie?
Very cliche. A lot of stuff put in there. I feel like Zack Snyder just wanted to make everything about, science fiction, but he's like, you know what? We're gonna make a zombie movie, but guess what? I'm gonna put as many tropes as I can in there. We're gonna include aliens. We're gonna include robots. We're gonna have annoying people. We're gonna have intelligence.
They're also putting chemicals in the water that turns the frogs gay.
That's frightening.
I know.
Why do you think I go in the water?
He is right. I mean, if you watch this, you can. I was talking with some human friends of mine last night, or
You got with friends?
I do. What, you think I just talk to animals and puppets all day?
Well, I mean, they're right here.
Well, that is true. Well, and we were talking about how there are so many tropes from like Aliens, or I was rewatching a bit of it just now, and like there's an obvious reference to Star Wars. Like when they go up, when the helicopter pilot goes up and they first get to the helicopter, she takes a look at it. She goes, "What a piece of junk!" And that's a Luke Skywalker.
Well,
reference.
yes, the Aliens too. Where she leaves and then she comes back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it too. Exactly like Aliens. So
the pilot is worth talking about.
Mm-hmm.
In this
yes,
movie,
let's.
The pilot is named she's actually named Marianne Peters, but they call her
She's
Peters.
played by Tig Notaro.
Yes,
Awesome comedian, great lady. She's also on Star Trek.
Oh,
and she
the new
was
Star Trek?
digitally added into this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So
She didn't want to be there.
that you see with her and other cast members, she isn't really there.
No.
She had to do all of that alone, and it's amazing because I couldn't really tell.
It really is. I think she did an interview like after this movie came out. She still hasn't met Dave Bautista, but their characters, it's edited so that you see them in the same scenes like multiple times. But yeah, she's doing all of that by herself, and like Froggy said, she's a comedian. She's not really like a trained actor. So she has one of the best performances too. I think she's one of the standout characters too of the movie. She's one of the most memorable ones. So yeah, she's definitely noteworthy there.
I definitely agree.
You would.
Do we want to go over the plot first, or do we want to go ahead and just discuss some of our favorite scenes?
I guess we gave you a brief little plot scenario, you know?
Yeah, let's go through the plot. Yeah.
Yeah, they're basically hired to basically rob, I guess, break into this little vault that has over $200 million. Yeah. And by this Japanese guy, and they even make a joke in there when they're all together, and you're like, you know, he's like, lemon peasy or easy peasy Japanese squeezy, and the German guy's like, well, you can't say that. That's not politically correct. He's like, really? But yeah, they go in there. They get a guy. They go in there, and basically, they're in there to rob the money until they find out that the zombies are not all brains. There's a few of them like that, but there's alpha males and females, and a giant freaking tiger.
And a giant tiger.
Giant zombie tiger.
We call this tiger.
The giant zombie tiger is one of the fun parts of the movie.
Not really. That's freaky.
It's freaky, but it's freaking cool.
It's freaky fun.
Yeah.
You have a weird idea of fun. We'll put you there with Valentine's. See how you like it.
That's fair.
You laugh,
do you take your wife to zombie movies for Valentine's Day?
We did go to see Deadpool for Valentine's Day.
Well, that's a love movie.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a love story.
It's a love story, but it's a very violent love story.
Well, violence is a little different than eating people's brains. But moving right along.
Yeah, hop to it.
So yes, they are hired to break into this vault. They are about to go inside, and it turns out that Scott's daughter, Kate, she had a friend who went inside to collect some money from one of the lotto machines. Or sorry, not lotto machines, but
no. Her friend named Gita, who decided she wanted to go in there because she said, like, hey, I can get money. People do all the time because then I can provide for my kids. And before they even get a chance to do that, they run into, basically call them shades, but I forgot what his name is. Oh yeah, Theo Rossi, that's his name. He plays
Theo
Bert.
Rossi, yeah.
He plays Bert.
Bert.
And Bert is basically just like another guy from Aliens. You know, he's the guy you hate.
He's the scum guy.
Yes.
He's the guy you kind of cheer when he gets his in the end.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So yeah, you know, he kind of like, you know, he's kind of a little pervy, you know, kind to them, you know, kind of creeps it on. So like, okay, this is the bad guy. You know, we find out, you know, go in. But yeah, once she finds out her father, who came back after all these years, I think it's been like what, 5 years, 9 years? I can't remember how long it's been.
I want to say 5. I want to say 5 years.
Because there is a reference to the 2004 Milwaukee outbreak, which I guess was a worldwide outbreak, maybe the zombies. I can't remember or not.
Was that Day of the Dead or Dawn of the Dead?
Dawn of the Dead.
The other Zack Snyder movie.
But apparently that has nothing to do with this. But it was on Tig's phone when she was scrolling through it.
Okay.
So there's a little Easter egg nod, you know, basically to
That's neat.
Not really, if you're in the area.
that is true, and technically I'm close to that area. So
I just gotta say, it really bites.
That's exactly the kind of humor you expect from this show.
Yeah. So the lady, Scott's daughter, finds out her friend has gone in and hasn't come out, so she adds herself to the group of criminals, she calls them, that are going in to rob the casino. She's going not for the casino, she's going to go look for her friend Gita. Yep. And hijinks ensue, as you would expect from a zombie heist.
Yeah. She their guide, who basically the girl who got her in there was Lily, who's basically a coyote. She smuggles people in. Mm-hmm. You know, and after that, she goes her separate way. Yeah, and she had no idea that Gita had kids. Otherwise, she said, "Whatever would have done it." And
Yeah.
that's the one thing I hate that I just could not stand about Gita's character. You have 2 kids. I'd rather be poor with my children than be dead than have them be poor without me.
And you think, if Gita just waited around 24 hours, she would have found out that Kate's dad was going in to get all that money. She could have just said, hey, $200 million. Can you spare a little cheddar?
But she was desperate for money and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
she was panicking, so she went in. But, okay, so that I understand. She went in there. But Kate should have known better. I know what? I'm going to stay behind, take care of these kids. Dad, if you're in there, look for her. Instead, she pulled a 13-year-old move and like, oh, I'm going in there. Too bad. Too bad. I'm going in there, Dad. And whether you like it or not, blah 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 blah.
But if she'd done that, you wouldn't have the signature Zack Snyder 2.5-hour movie. It would have trimmed it down to maybe 90 minutes.
Nah, it would have been like 10 minutes. It probably would have trimmed off maybe like 10, 15 minutes.
Maybe.
The part where they're getting into the helicopter safely and coming home safe to visit his daughter after the movie. But nope. And the funny part about this, the actress who plays Kate in this, Ella Purnell.
Ella Purnell, yes.
She went on Twitter and like or Instagram or something and made a video saying like, everybody's blaming me for everybody dying.
Is she really?
Yeah, she was so upset because people were blaming her, and she's saying, well, remember there was the other guy who took the head, Martin. He's the one. That's where everything went wrong. I'm thinking, no. If you would have stayed home, her dad would not have to go look for her.
I actually kind of agree with her because Martin was the guy that screwed up. Look, because he's the one that got Chambers killed, which, sidebar, Chambers was one of the most badassiest characters in the movie.
She is the ultimate zombie fighter. She honestly, out of all the characters that are getting spinoffs, she's one that I want to know where the hell she learned those skills, man.
Yeah, Samantha Wynn, great.
Samantha
Wynn.
She got shafted in this movie, and I am upset about that. She should have lasted longer.
She was too cool because, so the scene where we've all seen where there's like the long hallway, all the zombies, they're like hibernating. It's kind of like I Am Legend, where like they're all just kind of just chilling there in the dark, and they have to throw the glow sticks as they're making their path through the horde. And so then Martin, that guy, he's kind of up, because right before they're going through, she confronts them. She's like, hey, we're going to have a talk when we get to the safe about what exactly your end game is or what your agenda is. So he's like, oh, this girl's going to ruin everything. She's going to upset my little secret project here. So he goes and he throws one of the glow sticks off, knowing that it's going to lead her separate from the rest of the group. And she's super quick with them. Like, she's waking up zombies. She's like stabbing them real quick, letting them down. Like, she's like, oh, okay, this isn't gonna deter her or anything. And then she, a pan falls over, wakes up the horde. She gets separated. Martin locks the door behind her. So you're like, oh, I'm watching. I'm like, oh no, that's how she's gonna die. That's such a lame way to die. No, girl crashes through a window. Like, this girl won't be stopped until ultimately she gets stopped. Thanks, Goose. For not helping.
That was one of the parts that are really like, you're standing there. Eventually, her YouTuber friend named
Goose.
Mikey Guzman.
Guzman, yeah.
Guzman does take a few shots, but he's too late. He was too worried about his friend dying rather than trying to prevent her death.
And to say that he froze, this is a guy who goes into the place and just kills zombies for YouTube videos.
Yeah. I think that could have been, and this is where if I was Zack Snyder, which as you can see, I'm not Zack Snyder.
It says right there.
If I was, I would have had that be kind of a nice little character moment where maybe Guzman realizes, hey, this isn't a YouTube, this is like real life. And I would have had that be a nice character. But he didn't even do that. You don't really get any of that. It's just he shoots the gas tank on her, she blows up, and it's on to the next scene.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Hollywood likes to think that everything explodes if you shoot it.
You're right. I think MythBusters actually. I was watching that. I was like, MythBusters proved that doesn't work. You can't shoot a gas tank.
You can watch YouTube videos. Propane tanks do not explode unless there's a torch strapped to it.
I think maybe there's like a special kind of bullet you can get.
Yeah,
like
I
a
saw
heat tip, but
it's incendiary around, but
incendiary. Yeah, that's it.
yeah, but I don't see these people grabbing them. I mean, if anything, they should have had dragon fire bullets.
Froggy
Barbara?
knows a lot about. He knows a lot about setting things on fire with ammunition. It's kind
This
of
is why I
upsetting.
don't let him in my house.
Yeah, Froggy, you didn't happen to have like an NRA. You're not a member of the NRA or anything, huh?
Oh no, not legally. No.
National Rifle.
Alrighty.
National Rifle Amphibians.
I mean, sometimes I have to see the herd in the pond, because we are alligators.
Okay. But it does bring up a point where Martin, who's this real scumbag,
Mm-hmm.
he and with Lily, they go out and they capture the head of the zombie queen. And Lily didn't know this, to her defense. She thought that he just wanted to get a vial of blood.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But in cutting off the head, that's what starts the army of the dead, really.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you also gotta realize though too, just because he did that doesn't mean excuse anybody else from their own mistakes.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
think,
I still think that Kate, if she wouldn't have ran off with Gita, they would be able to get into the helicopter safely.
I don't know about that. I think that she
because
would've run off.
they were already at the helicopter, and then she was at the place basically where he was keeping the women who's gonna turn. So the bad guy, the alpha zombie, ran over there. So if they would have, they did fly over there. So he ran towards that place. If they would have just stayed where they were, they could have took off.
Well, actually, I disagree.
I
just realized now.
I think that if the Zeus, zombie king, whatever you want to call him, the alpha Zeus, if he hadn't found his wife decapitated, he wouldn't have sent the zombie army to the hotel. You wouldn't have seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish people die, 4 or 5 people die. And even if they had to go get Kate, they would have had numbers. They might have been more successful.
But I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. Even if they wouldn't have done the whole thing with the zombie queen, you really trust them? They're smart. They're alpha males. The guy took over Vegas. Do you think that he's just not going to be happy with just the way he is? They're highly evolved zombies. Eventually, they're going to be like, you know what? You're human. You can't do crap to us.
That's eventually. The fact is that the rules of the jungle, they made a sacrifice, and the zombies were leaving them alone because of that. Not the slow ones, but the alpha ones were leaving them alone because they brought a sacrifice.
But as I'm saying, despite the fact that they cut off the zombie, yes, going there, but the zombie was running the other way to the other building where his daughter was. He could have left his daughter there and just went on a helicopter and left.
It's also, this is where I disagree, because if Kate had stayed in the building, there's a big chance that she would have died too. That is more likely than her managing to survive out there.
No, because Kate was in the building with all the good Greta. So where he was on a totally opposite side of Vegas.
Yeah. So that's why she survived.
Sorry. The Scott Batista's character and Marianne Peters would have survived. Same with Lily. Lily's right there. They had to go all the way back over there with Guzman to go get his daughter.
Yeah, but I think they would have survived. Maybe they would have been successful because they would have had more people on their team alive. Whereas where Zeus shows up with his army of zombies in the casino, I mean, you lose Guzman, you lose Lily, you lose the mechanic. What was her name? Maria?
Maria Cruz.
Maria Cruz. You lost her. You lost Dieter. You lost Vanderho. All these people you lose because Zeus and his army show up in the casino because they find what Martin did to the queen. Yeah. So
So Martin is the reason why it all goes to hell.
Kate does not do anything to make the situation better, but I think Martin is the match that lights the fuse.
Well, of course, yes. Martin is the blame for everything, but as you said, she made things much worse. The dad could have survived. Marianne could have survived. Yeah, they're in the helicopter, but they had to go back for Kate.
Yeah. She's the gas.
No, I won't deny that.
Martin is the match, and Kate is the gasoline on the fire that gets poured onto it. That they're both bad. They're both bad. But
I honestly think though that if Kate had stuck around, the casino, there's a large chance that she would have perished too.
She might have perished, but more team members might have gotten out with money, with like the whole reason they were there. Because
the only person that got out with money was
Kate.
Well,
Kate's the only one that got out and was able, like, because Dave Bautista pockets like a little wad of $100 bills or something.
He's talking about Vanderbilt.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
He's the one who gets the millions.
Vanderho does walk out with the millions.
I think this is a good time to come to the end of the movie.
Well, I want to say that the whole thing about him surviving was kind of far fetched. Even in a vault, because they dropped a freaking nuke on the city, and he's coming out of a vent. Radiation.
I know. I said the same thing.
That was in my mind too. It was like, first of all, okay, a vault, it's a little bit easier to believe. I was thinking kind of like, there's that scene in the 4th Indiana Jones movie that we don't talk about, but there's the scene where he hides in the refrigerator from the nuclear explosion.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is a little bit more believable than that, but he still gets out of it and is walking. He's not even in a car getting out fast. He's walking and limping.
Can we talk about the beginning of the movie, though?
Sure.
I
like the beginning. The beginning is awesome.
With Sergeant Kelly, and they're like, if the payload's secure, he's like, well, the door's kind of open, and that's Michael Cassidy, also known as Dr. McHandsome on Resident Alien, also from the OC. I want to point out that these guys were a mockery to the military, man. In the beginning, do you see how they're like just kind of laughing? Oh, I'm so scared in front of the gun. I was like, are you kidding me? Normal person wouldn't be like, oh man, whatever we're gonna do after this. It's like they are highly trained. They are not allowed to have goof off like that. And in a situation like that, if you're hauling something and the guy's talking about what is in there, maybe it's an alien or UFO. I'm thinking like, dude, I wouldn't say anything like that, because if it's something high class like that, they're gonna listen to everything you're saying. Everything's all being recorded for security purposes.
Maybe.
But apart from that, though,
also, don't get married and do shenanigans on the highway outside of Vegas.
Yeah, that's fine. Wait until you're in the hotel.
Yeah.
Wait till you're in park somewhere. Don't do it in a moving car.
But you gotta admit though, that guy got killer roadhead. What?
Killer.
I shouldn't be laughing, but it is kind of funny.
I mean, we've got the potholes in the road, but that was a freaking truck.
Yeah.
He went out with a bang.
Oh no. Okay. Yes. Well, that is the beginning. I don't disagree with you.
The opening is really, really cool. I do like the opening. It's very, very almost like Cloverfield or 28 Days Later or something. It's very serious. And then the zombie Zeus gets out, kills the whole platoon, and goes over the high rise, and there he is standing over Vegas. And then things kind of take that wacky turn, and there's that opening montage that shows the zombies taking over Vegas. It's kind of a cool montage. I like the collection of scenes and shots. The song choice, I like the Viva Las Vegas song. The guy singing it wasn't too wild about, but
yeah,
I did like that whole.
I gotta ask though, was that Pink singing the female part?
I have no idea.
The guy singing, and then towards the end, before the opening credits, a woman took over.
I have no idea if that was. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It sounded like her, but Good voice.
That's where my joke comes from, where you see Zack Snyder's name like 16 times or something ridiculous.
Yeah, he plastered himself everywhere.
I think he did the catering too, just to get his name on there an extra time. I think he made everyone sandwiches one day.
That must have been it. Hey, can you go ahead and put my name on there too?
Yeah.
But your name is already in it 15 times, Mr. Snyder.
But
I don't care. Just go ahead, put my name in it.
But yeah,
do it again.
Anybody else get annoyed by Dieter?
I like Dieter actually. He was meant to be. He's that character. He's kind of like the newbie, the guy that's not the experienced zombie killer. And you see that throughout the film.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
when Tanaka, or I think that's his name, Tanaka. He's like doing
Yeah,
like, hey,
Sonata.
this is how that guy.
Or he played Tanaka, yes.
Yeah, he's like, this is how the plan goes, and he interrupts him in the middle of the plan. He's like, how do you kill a zombie? And Dave Bautista's like, you go for the head. He's like, well, what if I don't have a gun, but I use a rock to hit that? He's like, well, you're still targeting the brain, so that will be okay.
You know, I do have to say, I did appreciate some of the humor in this movie because it doesn't do it in an overly goofy way. That was funny. That was legitimately funny. That would count as hitting him in the head.
Yeah.
So
The only thing I had to complain from him is like, okay, they gave him the girly screen. That's cute. The funny first time. Then he does it again. Why is he doing it twice?
He's not. That's the thing, though. Some of these other team members, like Scott and Maria and Vander, like you see at the beginning of the movie, they've been there since they were there. They fought their way out.
I understand
this guy, Dieter, has been on the outside. He hasn't encountered them yet.
I understand that he's a scared little girl, but it was funny the first time he screamed like a girl. The second time, it's like, dude, shut up. You're going to attract zombies.
Well, wait, the second time, weren't they down in the safe?
Yeah, he screamed twice down there.
Yeah, but there's no zombies in the safe, so it's okay to scream.
Yeah, but I don't want anybody upstairs coming downstairs.
And again, that wouldn't have attracted the zombies.
I don't think so.
The only reason
not when you got to go down an elevator to get there.
Yep. And that moment in the elevator, when what's her name,
Maria
is telling Scott about how she actually feels about him and the whole reason why she agreed to do this.
That's where my red flag went up.
Yeah, that's how I knew she was gonna die.
As soon as a character in a zombie movie lets any emotion or character growth happen, the clock starts running. You're doomed.
Yeah, the elevator opened and her world got turned around.
Oh. Yes, yeah, I knew Scott. As soon as he reconciled with his daughter, found his daughter, I'm like, oh, he's dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Maria though, that's the death that sticks out most in the movie for me.
He sticks out
like her spine.
And then, like at the end, where like the collarbone pokes out.
It was gruesome.
Gnarly. That was gnarly.
But I do have to say, I really did enjoy the action of this film.
Mm-hmm.
The safe breaking, the whole mind plot, is like where Vanderhoof says like, what if we're like not the first person here? We've been here multiple times, and they show the bodies down there dressed the same way they are. That the Maria's key, they see Scott's handkerchief and all that stuff. It's like one of
Peter's shirt.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's trippy. This movie is trippy because you see things like that, like robot zombies, and some people see UFOs at the beginning.
The two UFOs that when they're driving out of Area 51, up in the right corner, you see two orbs and then they fly towards you.
I missed that one. I missed that one on both watch throughs. I need to go back and watch it a third time, try to catch that.
I told you that this morning too.
You did? Yeah, you probably did. But I was thinking of Star Wars this morning. So
yes, that's right.
Yes, I know. You have an unhealthy obsession with Kathleen Kennedy. You need to stop that.
No. Dave Filoni, sir.
Dave Filoni.
That's even worse. A guy? What the heck's wrong with you? Are you been in the water?
The water only affects frogs.
Are you sure about that?
Right.
I'm not. No. I don't have webbed hands. So
that poor doggy, he wants to leave.
To be fair, Froggy doesn't have much in the way of hands either.
Yeah. We scared the human off screen.
There you go. I'm sorry, I just let my dog out.
Who let the dogs out? Zach.
Me. I let the dog
That's
out.
right.
It was me, Baha Man. It was me. Okay. I'm
It was
sorry.
Zach all along.
But okay.
Okay, back to the movie though.
Yeah,
Back to the movie.
This was a fun movie though. I enjoyed it. It was. I have this with zombie movies. I didn't go in expecting to be like my world changed, this great cinema. I went in expecting a fun blockbuster action movie, and that's what I got. I really enjoyed it. We talk about Martin, we talk about Kate. There's some detriments to it. There's some plot holes. Like I said, there's scenes that I would have written differently. With Kate, there's that scene where she and Scott are reconciling. She's like, I don't blame you for killing my mom when she turned, because that's a thing. Scott kills his wife, Kate's mom, because she's a zombie. I would have actually taken that scene out, and then I would have had that be like part of Kate's character when she's like going in to get Gita or whatever. Because then, if you take out the whole I don't blame you for killing her, I think it changes her character, makes it better, because it makes her like, well, I'm just going to make sure that nobody's ever turned into a zombie. No one has to die again. That would have been, I think, a better development than what they had in the movie. But like I said, overall, it was a great movie.
Yeah, Chelsea Edmondson, the one that played the queen, cute lady. I mean, I was kind of attracted to her even as a zombie.
Yeah, I see Zach's face.
He gives me crap for liking Dave Filoni, and he says something like that.
What?
Was a hot zombie queen, dude.
Yeah,
hot zombie queen.
Hot zombie queen.
I did not expect to hear those words when I got
she's a little freaky deaky, okay?
Do you think she's into biting?
Maybe.
Too far. Alrighty.
But I bet she grows.
She's got a kid with Zeus though. Little zombie.
That is the trippy thing. Zombie babies.
That is so bizarre. That's something.
Yeah. So we find out basically because the whole UFO thing, it really brings apart. So the blue stuff inside the alphas, the smarter ones, is alien DNA probably.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking.
It's blue juice.
The zombies, because Zeus is obviously, at least in theory, some type of alien. Because they reference, we're coming from Area 51.
Did you see he had dog tags? He's a soldier.
So he had dog tags? Oh no,
yeah,
I missed the dog tags.
In the very beginning, he had dog tags. Yeah. I wonder if he got tagged by whatever alien in there, or he was or they injected him as a volunteer project.
Well,
or he's a corpse.
So with this, there's a ton of stuff supposed to be spinning off out of this movie. There's going to be, obviously, when you get to the end of the movie, you can tell they're leaving it for a sequel with one of the few people who survive. There's a prequel film. I think it just finished production called Army of Thieves. And the only person in it is Dieter. None of the other cast members are in it except Dieter.
Why doesn't Maria Cruz or Chambers have their own spin-offs?
Well, Maria, they have a prequel anime series Netflix is doing called Lost Vegas or something like that. It's supposed to be, how they do the opening scene where Las Vegas falls to the zombies. This anime series is supposed to go into that in more detail. So Dave Bautista and Maria Cruz and Vanderhoof, those characters that were in Las Vegas when the zombies invaded, they're going to get more fleshed out stories. It's going to chronicle those first couple days. So there's a lot of stuff they have spinning off. This is like, I don't know, it feels like the first Iron Man movie or where they start setting things up for different films in this universe. So there's a lot of stuff Zack Snyder had planned with this, I think. Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure that it's going to happen. It is one of the most watched things on Netflix right now. Mm-hmm. I read a report today that says that apparently it might be one on the top 10 list of most watched things of all time.
Really? Wow.
So it's big. This is
huge.
big. Everybody's heard about it, and
it's very big.
Like Froggy right now. Like his nose, it's very big.
That's right.
I don't know what that is.
But I think before we wrap up here, let's talk about our favorite scene of the movie. Froggy, you go ahead. You go first.
Favorite scene. I gotta go with Chambers. That whole scene, where she's crawling through there, and then she just starts whack, whack, and just killing the zombies and setting them down. I mean, that's very experienced. I wonder if she's had practice.
Yep, and sadly, we'll never know.
Sadly, we'll never.
We might.
The actress is actually. I don't know if she's a stunt woman or if she's a background extra, but she was in Wonder Woman and Justice League. She was one of the Amazonians.
Wonder Woman!
Yeah! Alrighty, Zach. Not Zack Snyder, but our own Zach here on Isle of Puppets.
Yeah, plus
what was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene is probably, I gotta say, watching the zombie tiger maul Martin is a lot of fun. It's so much fun. I don't know what it is. Tigers and zombies. They had the tiger in The Walking Dead. They got the tiger here. Zombies and animals, whenever they collide, it's just fun. I don't know what it is. And so it was really neat. They did it really well, too, because obviously it's not a real tiger they have attacking the actor. But that was just a lot of fun to see how they did that.
Yeah, true story. There's a guy in a mod cap chewing on his face. Just kidding.
Just used his jaws and crushed his head. Yes, that's what happened.
No, I feel like
we'll never see that actor again.
Well, probably not, because they killed him off Walking Dead, and they killed him here too. Garrett Dillahunt was awesome as John Dory in the Fear the Walking Dead, probably the best character. And now he's gone, and he dies in here too. It's like, come on, just give him a break.
Fear of the Walking Dead itself is a zombie. That show refuses to die, even though all of its cast members got killed off or left the show.
Well, my favorite scene, I think it might be that opening, but I really do enjoy the scene after Scott is bitten by the Alpha in the helicopter, and afterwards she has to shoot him once he turns, and then she's on her knees crying. But we go to Vanderoe, who survived the vault. Obviously, there would be nuclear fallout, but I really did enjoy the scenes when he was out there in the world, and he was like, "I would like that plane right there, please."
Do
you know who's the money on the desk and
like a baller?
Do you know who actually?
What I can do.
Do you know who is a spin-off besides Mira Cruz and Chambers? I want the Lily, played by Nora Arnzider. I probably pronounce it wrong. I think she's French. I'm not sure.
The Coyote Girl, right?
Yeah, Coyote Girl. Badass, man. Turn this into a freaking game. When they plays Lily, and just go in there and just do stuff. I want to just be like a coyote and just you want to get in? Pay the money. I mean, I want to do stuff like it. I mean, we have Borderlands. Why can't we have this as a game?
Yeah, I think it would be a good game.
I'd play that game.
And then at the end, you get an option: save Kate or don't save Kate.
Hey, look!
Now that's a Telltale's game.
There's comic books about heist when there's kaiju attacks. I would like this as a comic book. I think it would be really cool. Maybe like one of those choose your own adventure books.
Ooh.
Kill Kate, kill Martin, whatever. But
yep, and I really am glad we came here to discuss it. I really did enjoy this movie. There's obviously some flaws in it, but it's not supposed to be this cinematic masterpiece. And I think a lot of people went in expecting that.
I will say
this hot off the tails of the best DC movie of all time.
I will say this: cut the big chunk of the movie and because it is freaking long though.
It is 2.5 hours. It is pretty long for a zombie.
I mean, we could cut out the whole scene with Gita and all the other people. Just get rid of that whole entire subplot.
Yeah, and then
I just remembered. I want to change my answer for favorite scene. I just remembered.
Is it the scene where I'm riding in the back of a Valentine? Whee!
No,
that's a deleted scene.
It's the scene where Guzman and Vanderhoof and Dieter, they're down in the safe and they're trying to get all the booby traps triggered so they can get to the safe easily. So Vanderhoof keeps going up the elevator and he brings the zombies down.
That was great.
So there's the one that walk because they're told by the hotel owner that all the booby traps are non-lethal. So the zombie, he's walking slowly forward, and he gets hit with a bunch of tranquilizer darts. You're like, okay. Keeps on walking. Machine guns come out of the wall and just like
We're like,
shoot him up. And like Dieter's like, this is supposed to be non-lethal. This is illegal. And then he gets to the very end, and what happens is the two walls close in on him and smash him.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. That was pretty great.
Yep. And that I cannot blame you. I wish I had thought of that scene myself.
You went for the emotional scene. I went for like
the really funny part though is like they're like, where's he getting all these zombies from?
That was funny.
But I think that about brings a wrap here. I want to thank everybody who was in the comments. Georgia Peach, Dominic Powell, RDV, and Zach. I can't thank you for being in there too. You're in here.
That's okay. That's okay.
I'll thank you for joining us here, though. I'll thank Froggy too, or in your native tongue, ribbit.
Croak. Ribbit, croak.
Did I
Croak
pronounce
is
that right?
Croak is the period at the end.
Croak is what you have at McDonald's.
Well, I think that now is a really good time to wrap up. So, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this after, please like, maybe share it around, comment. Let us know what you thought of Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead. It's written and directed by Zack Snyder, in case you didn't know.
And produced and catered by and written by, and he ferried the actors to the set back and forth. He was the chauffeur as well. He did everything.
Yeah,
I didn't know that, but I am sure he did.
I'm sure he's also in charge of group showers too. What?
Okay, thank you everybody so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.